Scotts Maphuma's actions are finally catching up with him. We are now witnessing what could be the end of his glorious Amapiano music career. South Africans have given him plenty of opportunities to redeem himself, but he kept doubling down on his actions of disrespecting his audience. Cause for the most part, when an artist behaves like this, the internet chews him up and destroys him as soon as possible. But that's not the case for Scotts Maphuma. He has been acting like this for months without any consequences. It's like South Africans have been vouching for him to correct his mistakes. I guess South Africans kind of fucked with him and his music, so they kept giving him the benefit of the doubt because they kind of wanted him to win. But after his appearance on the L Tido podcast and a few awful takes, everything changed. To be honest, the comments were mixed, with some comments supporting his takes and others warning him about his takes. It was just a matter of time till all his socials were filled with negative comments or people preying on his downfall. But before we discuss the potential end of Scotts Maphuma's career, let's go back to the humble beginnings where this whole drama began. We started to see cracks in Scotts Maphuma's career when clips of him mistreating and disrespecting his fans started to surface on the internet. Scotts Maphuma clearly forgot that these people are basically the hands that feed him, his source of wealth and financial security. There's 3 clips which stood out from the noise and brought his disrespectful behavior towards fans to limelight. A clip of him that did not sit well with fans was him basically mocking fan art. Like, bro, those things aren't meant to be perfect, they're just meant to be memorable. Imagine if he hung the artwork and posted it. The person who made the artwork would be very happy. Imagine the time, the love, and the effort that went into creating the painting, only for it to be ridiculed. And to be honest, the artwork was not even that bad. It gets worse. Another popular clip was him embarrassing a fan who tried to hug him after his performance. Even the crowd went silent. The saddest one of them all was an interviewer who tried to get 30 seconds of his time, but he refused, to a point where he saw the interviewer was sad and he was about to cry. Social media court did not let this one slide. He started pressing him and questioning his behavior. Then he went on to release a public statement trying to address the drama, showing basically zero sympathy and remorse for his actions, but instead tried to gaslight his audience and played the victim. It was not an apology, it was him addressing the general public. No one forced Scotts Maphuma to be famous. He brought it upon himself by joining Amapiano music. To fans, a picture is not just a picture, it's much more than that. This guy literally asked South Africans to cancel him. He was trying to gaslight his audience with this post, but it backfired. People on TikTok started projecting his follow.
Scotts Maphuma, you gonna Puma very soon. You gonna Pumela, we're gonna forget about you.
He thought he was invincible. He thought he had South Africa at the palm of his hands. Thus, he made a bold move to appear on L Tido's podcast and doubled down on his behavior. It is clear that Scotts Maphuma did not yet understand the severity of this issue and the potential impact it may have on his music career and brand affiliation. Because honestly, he was not taking this seriously at all. Imagine meeting your idol for the first time. Maybe you traveled and paid money to see him. Then he embarrasses you in public and then goes to a podcast and doubles down on his behavior. How would you feel? If it was me, I would be furious and praying on his downfall. The podcast was him basically showing his fans that he does not give a damn about their feelings and he does not need them because God put him where he is, not his fans, and no one can remove him. Wow.
Now I must give people 45 minutes of my time. Like, yeah, if I can yak, you tell snap at yak.
They don't understand that. If we tell
how na motho on killing hore ke fihle mo killing thing vandag. And how na motho tong ntsha mo killing thing killing mo vandag. I must waste my time. So people, I don't care.
The level of delusion in this man's brain is incredible. His audience got the message though. Scotts Maphuma thought he could play his fans and get away with it, with no apology, no explanation. Nothing. He thought he would just show up at Cotton Fest and perform, expecting the fans to vibe and show him love. But instead, he was met with dead silence. South Africans did not hold back. They showed him who they are and ignored him. Thus, they gave him all the space and privacy he could possibly need. Not only did fellow South Africans ignore him at Cotton Fest, they also doubled down and ignored him at Cayotes Lifestyle in Mpumalanga, showing him that they are standing on business and they don't tolerate nonsense. Brands started noticing the angry crowd and started pulling back to protect their image. One popular example is Vogue Champagne Lounge, a popular luxury lounge in Rustenburg, South Africa, known for hosting the biggest names in the industry. Vogue went on to release a public statement stating that based on audience concerns and complaints, they will be removing Scotts Maphuma from their performance lineup. Scotts Maphuma later responded to the Vogue Instagram post with a comment rebuking the claims made by Vogue, stating that the team at Vogue Champagne Lounge was using his name for clout. He claims that they only discarded his gig because they were angry that he did not show up at their lounge when they summoned him. He even went as threatening to never set foot at Vogue Champagne Lounge again. The validity of his claims has not yet been verified, but regardless, his response to the situation only made things worse for him. People were calling him unprofessional and warning him that these brands are well connected. If one drops you, it is highly likely that others will drop you too. DJ Maphorisa, a popular South African Amapiano artist and DJ, known for being involved in heated internet drama, tried to talk some sense into this guy and gave him some hints to hold back and humble himself by telling him the streets are angry at him. But Scotts Maphuma's ego is way more inflated, so he did not apologize or humble himself. He just took the situation lightly. Speaking your truth and expressing your views is fine and all, but doing that at the expense of your fans is a whole different story. The same people who uplift you and actually spend their time, money and attention on your music, the same people who travel, buy tickets with their hard-earned money so they can see you perform, the same people who keep your Spotify numbers afloat. That's insane, bro. If Scotts Maphuma does not recalculate his steps and make amends, his music career is about to take a steep nosedive into the forgotten lands. A fair conclusion from Scotts Maphuma's situation would be to say this dude is not properly trained for fame and his management is basically non-existent. Not even the biggest names in the industry hold off these kinds of reckless business moves. Peace be upon you, fellow South Africans. This is